Now we'll talk about a really important concept in React called props. So this is what we'll be using extensively to hold immutable data. Our objectives for this video will be to define props and to use props inside of a component. First of all, what are props? Well, props are immutable data that is passed into your component, and it's accessible in your component as an object called this.props. So imagine we have this show text component, and we had a parameter passed in as a prop called text. We have access to that parameter via this.props. And the note here says that this refers to the instance of show text. So if you remember the keyword this, in this case, this will be referring to the instance of this class. So this class instance has an object called props, and one of the keys of that object is text. Since this is a normal JavaScript object with a property, when we put it in the curly braces here, the string that comes back will be the string that's displayed in the view. So how do we pass a prop in? Well, when we use JSX to render show text, we just add it as an attribute, basically. So this is a prop called text, and the value of that prop is going to be this is a prop named text. And this is what our code looks like, except without the comment. I mentioned this already, but it's really important and worth repeating. Props are immutable, so you cannot change this.props. In the first example here, this.props.text equals something causes a type error. So React won't let you do this at all. But you can do this in your React component, and you should never, ever, ever do this. The idea of a prop is that it's immutable. So when you change this.props in your render method, you're breaking things in React. In this last example, you might be thinking that you want to create a prop that the user didn't provide for you. And this again is the wrong way to do it. So we'll learn something later called default props, that it's a proper way to set initial props that the user didn't provide you. But again, this is incorrect. Never ever create a new property that doesn't exist on this.props. So all of these examples, just to make it crystal clear, are wrong. You should not do any of these things. Never ever ever change this.props in your component. Next up, we'll write some code and get more practice with props.